What's going on, guys? My name is Miss Birch, and welcome back. We're back here talking about math. Of course we are. So as per usual, we're going to start off our lesson by reading off our standards and our objectives. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. All right, here we go. So I got one standard for you today, and it's a brand new one. So get ready, get excited. So our first standard and our only standard today is order 3 objects by length. Compare the lengths of 2 objects indirectly by using a third object. So this is a brand new one. We haven't talked about anything, which is leading into our lesson where we're going to be talking about measurement, how to accurately measure, comparing size, and so on and so forth. So let's go to our objectives. So as always, I'm going to read it first, then we'll read it together. You ready? So I can compare the size of 2 different objects. All right, all together. I can compare the size of 2 different objects. Nice job. Now let's do the next one. I can write a statement describing my answer. All together. I can write a statement describing my answer. Nice job. So I'm going to come back. Hello. All right, so before we get into our lesson, we're going to do our fluency practice, and that's one we've worked with before. Just a refresher, we're going to do skip counting. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to count by 2s to 20, 3s to 30, 5s to 50. We know this. We're getting good at it. Let's go. All right, let me share my screen. And here we go. All right, so we're going to count by 2s to 20. Here we go. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Nice job. Now let's go backwards. We crushed that. Let's see if we can do it in reverse. So starting at 20. 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Nice job. You crushed it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go by 3s to 30. Can we do it? 3s are tricky. I stumble on 3s sometimes, so hopefully I can keep up with you guys. All right. So we're going to start at 3, count all the way to 30. You ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Nice job. So now, you know it, we're going backwards. We're going in reverse. So starting at 30, all the way down to 3. You ready? 30, 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. Nice job. Incredible. Impeccable. Amazing. So now we're going to wrap it up, our fluency, by going by 5s to 50. We can do this. We know it's like the back of our hand, right? Right. All right. So we're counting by 5s to 50. Let's hit it. Starting with 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Nice job. But of course, when we go up, we must come down, and we're going in reverse. Let's do it. Starting at 50. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, Nice job, you guys. Excellent job. So I'm going to come back. So we've been practicing that a couple times. I want you to keep it up. Just because we're talking about measurement today doesn't mean you can't keep practicing your math fluency. You got to get better and quicker and stronger at it to succeed in math, right? I knew it. All right. So let's dive into the lesson. Next up is my favorite, as always, is our word problem, our application problem. So let's take a read and we're going to go through it together. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we've usually been doing because we're talking about measurement. Remember that, measurement. All right. So let me share my screen. And here we go. All right. Jordan has 3 stuffed animals, a giraffe, a bear, and a monkey. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. The bear is shorter than the monkey. Sketch the animals from shortest to tallest to show how tall each animal is. All right, let's brainstorm. What is the important information I need to know? What is the question this is asking me? And how am I going to show my work? Let's read it again. It's myself. All right. Jordan has 3 stuffed animals, a giraffe, a bear, and a monkey. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. The bear is shorter than the monkey. Sketch the animals from shortest to tallest. See how tall each animal is. All right, let's come back. So you can see that this is a little bit different from what we've been working with because we're not creating a number sentence or an equation. We're drawing pictures, which is super fun by me. So grab your whiteboard, grab paper, whatever you're working with today, and let's try to solve this. So we're working with a giraffe, a bear, and a monkey. All right, so I'm going to read parts of the equation again. So we have that the giraffe is taller than the monkey, and the bear is shorter than the monkey. So using context clues, I can probably figure out that in height order, the monkey seems to be the middle, right? Because if the bear is smaller than the monkey, but the giraffe's taller than the monkey, it seems like that guy goes right smack dab in the middle. So I'm going to start by drawing a monkey, just like this. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, I am a skilled artist. You don't have to tell me. I know. So this is my monkey. He is smack dab in the middle. I'm gonna write monkey right up here. Perfect. So let's look back at the equation. It says the giraffe is taller than the monkey, and the bear is shorter than the monkey. So where are we going to put each? If we're putting it in shortest to tallest, let's take a look at the giraffe because that one comes first. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. So if we're going from shortest to tallest, it's going to go small, slightly bigger, and biggest. So let's draw our giraffe on this side. All right. Using my excellent art skills again, of course. We're going to draw a giraffe. Oh, yeah. I don't want to brag, but this giraffe is excellent. There he is. All right. Giraffe. Perfect. Oh, forgot his ear. All right. We have the monkey, and the giraffe is taller than the monkey, right? That seems right. And then the bear is shorter than the monkey. So where are we going to draw the bear? Right over here? No, because that's not shortest to tallest. That's a weird, that's just not right. So we're going to put the bear right here. And am I going to make the bear this big? Like that? No, because it would be bigger than the monkey. We got to make sure that we're drawing it smaller than this monkey right here. All right, so here we go. I'm going to draw a tiny little teddy bear. All right there. This is my bear. Perfect. So are these in height order? shortest to tallest. If I put shortest on this side, it goes all the way up to tallest. Are these in height order? They are, but how can you tell? Oh, because if you look at each animal, this one is pretty small. Let's use our fingers. That one, and then it gets a little bit bigger, and it gets a lot bigger. I wonder if there's a way that we can more accurately measure this. There is, and we're going to get into it right now. So this is going to be our answer. If you're not an artist like I clearly am, you could just draw circles and make sure that they are in this order. So from smallest to a little bit bigger to a lot bigger. Nice job. So let's move on to measuring more accurately. So I'm going to show you. I went rummaging in one of my closets to find this. This is a string. I don't have many in my home, but I found this one specifically for this lesson. All right, so I'm going to measure something around me that might be about the same length. And the first thing that came to my mind was my hand. So I'm going to go by my tallest finger to the base of my hand. Let's see if it measures out. How am I going to do that, though? How can I get an accurate reading? You see these two guys right here? I made a little knots. These are going to be called our end points. And we need to match up these endpoints to whatever we are measuring. So if I'm going to measure my hand, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my string and my first endpoint, and I'm going to put it right here, right at my tip of my finger. And then if you watch the string drop, it lands at just about the base of my hand. So I would say that this string is the length of my hand. So now I'm going to use this string to my advantage. I know that this is one hand length. I'm going to measure some things around me, see what's the size of my hand, what's bigger than my hand, what's smaller than my hand. So let's do it. So I'm going to start, why not, with my marker. So just looking at my marker, do you think that this is bigger than my hand, smaller than my hand, or about the same size as my hand? Okay, so I hear some smaller and maybe some the same size. Well, let's see, I can hold it up to my hand, but if I use this, I can use the end points. So I'm going to take my first end point, and I'm going to bring it right up to the tip of my marker. Does this look like it's the same length of my hand if this string gives an accurate reading of my hand? No, this marker is way smaller than my hand. And I can even hold it up to my hand just to show it to you. That's not as big as my hand. I got big hands. All right, so that didn't work out. So what else can we measure? How about this guy? This is my water cup. Never leave home without it. So do we think that this cup is bigger than my hand, smaller than my hand, or about the same size? Okay, so I hear some bigger than. I really hope I don't hear smaller than, because that would be sad for me. So let's get our string, and let's give it a measure. So I'm going to go from the tip of my straw to the bottom. Well, that's about as close as I can get. How about there, right there? Is this cup bigger than my hand, smaller than my hand, or the same size? Look at both end points. This cup is way bigger than my hand. Thank you for noticing. So yeah, we can use this to measure. It's not going to give us an 100% accurate measurement, but we're going to get a lot closer. So let's measure one more thing. Maybe there's something close to the size of my hand. I think I'm going to measure my sweet sunglasses. Also never leave home without these. So I'm going to take my end point and I'm going to hold it right up against here. Measure it down. Are these pair of sunglasses the same size as my hand, bigger than my hand, or smaller than my hand? It looks a little bit close to the same size as my hand. So that's really cool. So how did we measure this accurately? It's all because of these endpoints. We got to make sure we are measuring whenever we do measure with a ruler, with whatever we got. We want to start at one point and measure to the other point. So the water cup was bigger than my hand. The marker was smaller than my hand. My sunglasses were about the same size from my tip of my finger to the bottom of my hand. Pretty interesting, right? I agree. All right. So I think now is a good time to take a break before we move into further into the lesson. So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to decide if you want to go take a break, go get some food, some water, get some lemon from some pets, go have a nice conversation with your parents or your family, whoever's around, or go take a nap, go hang out outside, whatever you got to do. You got to do that, go do it. Pause the video. If not, you want to keep talking about measuring? Of course you do. We're going to keep rolling. But if you decide to pause the video, that's okay too. We'll see you when you get back. So I'm going to give you about 5 more seconds. All right. If you came back from pausing the video, welcome back. We missed you. Glad to have you. And if you just watched me do whatever, good for you. Let's keep on rolling. So before we move forward, if you have it around, if not, it's okay. Find something similar, whatever you got to do. We're going to make paper strips. So what I'm going to ask you to do is if you have the materials, pause the video, and I need you to go get a piece of paper and a pair of scissors. So pause the video right now. Awesome. And when you're back, we're going to be making paper strips to measure with. So you just need a piece of paper just like this. And if you need help from an adult, or whoever you got, to get a pair of scissors, if you got this, if you think you can do it on your own, great. If not, don't be afraid to ask for help. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go right across the top. Just like so. Alrighty. And honestly, this is all you're going to need. Just right here. All right. So what we're going to be doing with that is measuring the next couple problems. So it's going to be a little different from what we've been doing. Usually we work with number sentences, we write on our whiteboard, and we break everything down. Today is very different. We're measuring things on the screen. So if you're watching on a computer or whatever, you're going to be taking your paper strip, you're going to be measuring it. Okay, so let's take a look at our problem sets. Share my screen. All right, so here's the first one. I'm going to read it out loud, and then we're going to measure it. The sundae is longer than, shorter than, or the same length as the paper strip. And see how that paper strip comes in? So whatever paper strip you got, I want you to measure it. You might cut the other side of the paper. It might be longer, it might be shorter. Whichever side, I want you to measure it and then write down what you think the answer is. So I use the smaller side of my paper. So I have a smaller ruler than maybe you cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up against the screen, just like that. And remember, we're measuring from end point to end point. So let me pull out my marker. All right. And when I say endpoint to endpoint, not only do I mean each ends of the paper, I mean each ends of the picture. So when I say the endpoint of this sundae, we're looking at these bananas right here, because they extend out a little bit more than the bowl they're in, right? So right now, take a second, pause the video if you need to. We're going to measure our point to point. All right. So if you did pause it, what did you get? Right now, with my paper strip, I have that the sundae is shorter than the paper strip because mine didn't quite meet end to end effectively. How about you? Excellent. Okay, so let's move on. Clear this. All right, let's try another one. All right. So now we're looking at the spoon. Now we're looking at the spoon. So again, we're looking at end to end and our end points. So we're looking at the end of this spoon to the end of the same spoon. You're going to take your paper strip Pause the video if you need to. If I'm moving too quickly, that's okay. Put it right up against. Go from end to end. So what I see on mine is that my paper strip is longer than, or the spoon is. So when I measure up against my computer screen, just like this, get nice and close to you guys, I think that the spoon is shorter than the paper strip because my paper strip is much longer than the spoon. So the spoon is shorter than. Nice. Did you get the same thing? Perfect. All right. So let's move on to the next one. All righty. So this one says, the baseball bat is longer than, shorter than, or the same length as the paper strip. Let's find out. Remember, what does the endpoints mean? It means how we measure it to get the most accurate measurement. So we're starting from this endpoint to this endpoint. So again, if you need to, pause the video, take your paper strip right up against that. And after I measured mine, I think that the baseball bat is the same length as the paper strip. Did you get the same answer as me? Nice job. Awesome. All right. So that's what we've been really, we're going to be working on the next couple lessons is measurement point, endpoint to endpoint. So now I have a couple more word problems for you. I know you're so excited. And we're going to just work through them together. We'll do the first two together. And then, of course, the last one on your own. So here we go. Are you ready for the first one? Marnie's hair is shorter than Wesley's hair. Marnie's hair is longer than Bita's hair. Bita's hair is longer or shorter than Wesley's hair. Let that sink in. Brainstorm that. That's a lot of information. So what is the most important thing we have to be looking for? All right. You ready to read it again? I knew it. Marnie's hair is shorter than Wesley's hair. Marnie's hair is longer than Bita's hair. Bita's hair is longer or shorter than Wesley's hair. So what are we being asked? If Bita's hair is longer or shorter than Wesley's hair, we got to figure it out. So let's do it. All right, so I'm going to come back. Hello. I'm going to take my handy dandy marker and my whiteboard. And let's work through it. So we have Marni. Marnie's hair is shorter than Wesley's hair. Okay. So right now, Wesley has the longest hair out of these two. Okay. So I'm going to put, if we're going in height order, I'm going to put Wesley over here. So this is Wesley. Oh, let's give him some arms. Put a W for Wesley. And Marnie's hair is shorter. So I'm going to put her right here just to start off. Marni. All right. Marnie's hair is longer than Bita's hair. Okay. So Bita right now, her hair is shorter than Marnie's. Okay. So we're going to put her right here. B. So Bita's hair is longer or shorter than Wesley's hair. So if we put them in hair length order, Bita's is the shortest, Marnie's is the most medium, Wesley's is the longest. Is Bita's hair longer or shorter than Wesley's hair? It's shorter, right? Because if he's got longer hair than Marni, and Marni has longer hair than Bita, then of course Bita is going to have shorter hair than Wesley. Nice job. So now that we worked through that one, we're just going to write our statement. So I'm going to fill in the blank on that sentence. So I'm going to write Bita's hair is shorter than Wesley's hair. Just like that. So we got Bita, Marni, and Wesley. Right? Nice. Perfect. All right, let's try the next one. Good job. I know this stuff is new. I know this stuff can be tough because we're not working with numbers, we're working with measurement. It's different. You just got to keep practicing to get used to it, right? All right. Let me share my screen and we'll go over the next one. All right. Ready? Elliott is shorter than Brady. Sinclair is shorter than Elliott. Brady is taller or shorter than Sinclair. All right, let's brainstorm. How did we solve the previous problem? What is my problem going to look like when I draw it out? What is the important information I'm looking at? All right, you ready to read it again? Let's do it. Elliott is shorter than Brady. Sinclair is shorter than Elliott. Brady is taller or shorter than Sinclair. So what is the question that we're being asked? We know all of their heights, but is Brady taller or shorter than Sinclair? Let's find out. So let me come back. All right, let's work through it. So Elliott is shorter than Brady. Sinclair is shorter than Elliott. Well, this sounds a lot like our application problem. So if Elliott is shorter than Brady and Sinclair is shorter than Elliott, Elliott seems like he's going to be our middleman. So I'm going to start off by drawing him. Elliott. He's our man in the middle. The first sentence says, Elliott is shorter than Brady. So if we're going in height order from smallest to tallest, what side is Brady going to be on? It's going to be on this side, right? Because Elliott is shorter than Brady. So I'm going to draw a big, tall Brady. Just like that. Oh, and let's put a B for his name, Brady. So then, next part of it is Sinclair shorter than Elliott. So if Elliott's in the middle, Brady's taller than him, and Sinclair is shorter than Elliott, where's he gonna go? Over here? No, that wouldn't be in order. He's gonna go right here, and I'm gonna draw him a little bit smaller because he's a little shorter, just like that. You see how it increases in height. You could almost even use our string or our paper strip. So let's see. From point to point, switch this around. I would say Brady's just about the size of our string. So is this string going to be bigger than Elliott and Sinclair if Brady, the biggest, tallest, is just about the size of it? Yeah, it's going to be too small. They're going to be too small against this string, just like that. And especially with Sinclair. So now all we got to do, as always, we're going to write our statement. Oh, right. So now the question that we're being asked is Brady taller or shorter than Sinclair? So Brady's over here and Sinclair's over here. Who's taller? Brady's taller. And it's asking, is Brady taller or shorter? He's taller. But if the question was asking us, is Sinclair taller or shorter than Brady? What would it be? If Brady's taller than Sinclair, Sinclair is shorter than Brady. So let's write our sentence. Erase our board. We're going to write Brady is taller than Sinclair. Just like that. So I want to make sure that you're copying down the drawings that I'm doing and making sure you can see the clear difference in size between our drawings. And then right underneath that, I want you guys to be writing this down word for word, whatever statement we're writing on. I know this stuff can be a little tough because it's hard to do online, but guess what? We got this. We got this. We got this. All right. So now we have one more for you. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes to solve it, to draw your pictures, to figure it out, and to write your statement with your answer in it. Of course, I'm going to read it for you guys. We'll brainstorm it, and then I'll read it one more time, and then you guys will have a 3-minute timer. And if you need more time, of course, pause the video, take it slower, take it easier. But if you want that challenge, of course, I'm not going to stop you from challenging yourself. And let's get to it. So I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. Tanya's doll is shorter than Aline's doll. Mira's doll is taller than Aline's doll. Tanya's doll is taller than or shorter than Mira's doll. That was a mouthful. All right, so let's brainstorm it. What is the important information that I see? What is the question that they're asking me? How is my answer going to look? All right, let's read it one more time. Tanya's doll is shorter than Aline's doll. Mira's doll is taller than Aline's doll. Tanya's doll is taller than or shorter than Mira's doll. All right, I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. Are you ready? Here's your countdown. And 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. All right, we are about 45 seconds in. Keep up the good work. One minute down and 2 to go. All right, you are at your halfway mark. How are your drawings looking? Awesome. Keep it up. All right, you got about 1 minute left. How's it looking? "30 seconds to go. You got this." Okay, we got about 10 seconds. You ready for your countdown? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Nice job. All right. So this is a tricky one. These are tricky problems, but I know you guys can do it, and we're going to keep practicing with it. So let me come back, and we're going to solve it. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to read it one more time. Tanya's doll is shorter than Aline's doll. Mira's doll is taller than Aline's doll. Tanya's doll is taller than or shorter than Mira's doll. All right. So you tell me, what did you do first? What did you pull that was important information? Okay. So from what I'm gathering is that Aline's doll is our middleman. It is the medium-sized doll. All right. So let's start there. I'm going to draw a doll to the best of my ability, which is very good. All right. So Aline's doll is our middleman. Okay, so then it says Tanya's doll is shorter than Aline's doll. So if we're going in height order from shortest to tallest, where is Tanya's doll going to land if Aline's is in the middle? It's going to go right here. Nice job. Draw a tiny little doll, but just as big as the smile. And we have Tanya's doll right here. Nice job. All right, and then the next part says Mira's doll is taller than Aline's doll. So we have Tanya's that's smallest, Aline's that's the middle, and Mira's is taller than Aline's. So where does Mira's doll go? It goes right there. Nice job. So we're going to draw a huge doll. Really tall. I hope you guys don't have dolls that look like this because they're a little scary. All right, and so this is Mira's doll. Perfect. So now the question that it's asking us is what? It's asking if Tanya's doll is taller or shorter than Mira's doll. So let's take a look. Here's Tanya's doll. Here's Mira's doll. Is Tanya's doll taller than, really big, or smaller than Mira's doll? Nice job. It is smaller than because of the size. We're starting, if you look right here, it's going up just like that. And Tanya's doll is smaller than Mira's doll. But what if that question was asking us if Mira's doll is taller than or shorter than Tanya's doll? What would that be? Mira's would be taller than Tanya's. The question it's asking us is Tanya's doll smaller or taller than Mira's? And it is smaller than. So I hope your picture looks like this, because I got to erase my board. So if your picture looks like that, great. If not, that's okay. We'll keep practicing. Don't you worry. All right. So let's write our statement. So Tanya's doll is, what was it? Shorter than Mira's doll. Just like that. So you have your picture, you have your statement, and that is your total complete answer. Nice job. So we're going to be working on measuring for the next couple lessons. And it's going to get easier, I promise. I know it's difficult because we might not have the materials or it's hard to do on the computer, but we're going to work through it. Don't you worry. All right, so that's it for me today. Except, of course, I can't leave you without asking you at least one question. So, and that question is, how can we most accurately measure something? Well, yes, a ruler would be the most accurate, but let's say we don't have a ruler. Or if we have a paper strip or a string. We use the end points. Nice job. We got one end point here, one end point here. You measure it straight across. You make sure it meets up at each point. So if I have a line Just like that. You're going to match up just like this. So this endpoint goes over that endpoint. So this line is the same size as the string. Nice job. So that is it for me today, guys. I had so much fun learning new stuff with you. It's only going to get more fun as we move along. So I'm going to see you guys another time, and we'll keep on measuring then. Have a great day.